Hello guys, welcome to weekly outlook here on gold, the pound USD, the USDCAD, and of course the DXY. Excited about the new quarter, October, November, December, the last 3 months of the year, and hopefully these last 3 months will be one of the greatest of our trading months and this year, and I'm hoping we back some pips, of course. So starting this this analysis, I'm going through from the the quarterly. So we've seen how the quarterly just ended with a very big bullish engulfing, and it's more like a retest to a previously broken out resistance, which has now turned support. So going forward, what I'm anticipating for the rest of the quarter is a continuous bullish movement, except otherwise. Of course, market is not 100%, but from the quarterly, can see bullish engulfing. If we slide down to the monthly, we can also see price retesting here beautifully, and then price has broken out through this, the highest high is made since January. All right, since the beginning of the year, the price has successfully broken through that highest higher low it made there. Or lower high, whichever case it may be. Then on the weekly time frame here, we can see it's still very, very bullish. All right, so what I'm looking out for going into this week from the daily time frame here is maybe just a little pullback, and then we'll continue to the upside. I'm looking for buys, but if I slide down into the 4 hours time frame, we've seen a very good trend here: touch 1, touch 2, touch 3, more like trend higher highs and higher lows, right? So the only reason I might consider sells is a very good break of this downward or upward trend line. Regardless, I will still be very bullish even if price comes back all the way to 104.50, right? So the only reason when I'll be feeling comfortable for the rest of the year to be selling DXY is if price comes back to break 104.50. For the rest of the month, which is the new month, I'm looking out for buys on DXY, except there's a change in structure. So we might get a pullback, look for beautiful structures and join the buys. And since we're looking out for buys here on DXY, going forward on gold, I'm looking for sales. Look at it, very much bearish. Touch 1, touch 2, touch 3, double top here, and then we've seen that very, very bearish momentum candles dropping to the downside. For the rest of the weeks coming forward, I'm looking out for gold to come retest 1800. A break of it, possibly 1730, 1760 regions. Okay, well, for the week, I'm anticipating maybe price to create structure, maybe a little pullback to this region, pick up orders around here, and then we can continue to the downside, probably retest 1820, 1800. That will take a lot of volatility, but I think maybe the week we might pull back. Then next week we might continue the trend. All right, so whichever way on the 4 hours time frame, we'll be looking out for that pullback continuation structures to show we are going to continue the trend to the downside. Fibonacci retracement tool might play very handy here, where we could say this is where it started the down move, this is where it stopped. So price might open and then even create more new low, but with this for now, we see price probably come back to these regions of 50% retracement or 61.8%, and then continue to the downside. If that's going to play out over here on the 4 hours time frame, then we might actually be looking out for something like this, pullback to these regions. All right, and then we can continue to the downside. Okay, so this is basically what I'll be looking out for. Or if market opens, we could just look out for price to just continue to the downside straight to this region. That being the case, on the 4 hours time frame, I'll be looking out for how price will just break here and then give maybe a retest using this as a strong support. Then we can continue from there. Okay, so that's that on gold. That is that on gold. Other than that, the only reason I'll be buying gold is if price comes back to break this region here. If price comes back to break this region of 19, let's call it 1950, break retest, then we'll know that price might want to start going to the upside. For now, I'm very bearish on gold. Likewise, pound USD. On pound USD, we've seen that serious drop this past couple of weeks. Look at it from the monthly time frame, we'll see this last month, September, was really very bearish. And going forward, I'm anticipating the continuation of that bearish movement. but maybe we might get a pullback, maybe a little pullback to the regions of 123 or even 124, and then we'll continue to come break this 121 region that it created the low, and then we'll continue. So for the week, maybe we'll just get a little bit of like a pullback to these regions, and then come break these regions, break retest, and then we'll continue to the downside. The long-term goal is 118, but if market opens and we get a straight movement and price comes to break here, still the same point, break retest, we'll continue to the downside. Okay, this is what I'll be looking out for here on pound USD. Okay, so because I know we can see what price has created here, more like a pullback to this region. All right, so it's possible at market open we still continue to the downside, but I feel more comfortable if price comes to break these regions of 121, 20, 21, and then retest it. Then we'll continue to the downside, or we'll get a continuation for price to come, retest these regions here, possibly touch this downward trend line one more time, and then we'll continue to the downside. All right, so that's that on pound USD. And lastly, USDCAD. Since we've seen a very much bullish movement here on DXY, there's a possible huge bullish movement here on USDCAD, although it really didn't correlate quite well last week, because I was looking for that move since DXY was really bullish all the way to 106.50. USDCAD was just stalling, so but I believe it was just to pick up this retest, and here you see on Friday we saw this strong bullish candle and how it closed very bullish. So going forward, I'll be looking out for two things, which is basically a retest of this region here, okay, and then we'll continue to the upside, or we can see price is at a critical area, so maybe a price coming to break this region, retest, and then we'll also continue to the upside. Okay, the only reason why I'll be selling is if price comes back to break these regions where it has created a strong support, which is here. So a break of price, if anything happens and price comes back to break this region, they will be looking out for break retest and continue to the downside. And lastly, for the bonus on Euro USD, same as pound USD, I'll just be looking out for price to come pull back to this region, possible around this region, and then continue to the downside, or we could just get a direct pull, direct movement for price to just do something like this, just continue the bearish momentum, come break retest. Okay, that's that, and that will be that for the week. My best setups, of course, pound USD, looking out for a good structure for a break or retest, or just come from a good structure around here. And actually also looking out for gold. That pullback will be exciting, but a continuation is still okay. We'll see a continuation pattern, we'll join the trend. DXY really being very bullish. I'm looking out for what would happen this week. Make sure you back some peeps, and happy new month and happy new quarter. Make sure you end this quarter greatly, end this year greatly. I'll see you guys during the weekend for a recap. Back some pips. Ciao.